it starting yet? Ah, it is. Good. Well, that's 6 seconds down the toilet. Hey, so this is day 3 out of a fast. How long is the fast going to be? Who knows? I originally was just going off of the basis that 20 days is about what you need to reset, but I don't have too much information suggesting that you really need that. Seems like it's more of a spiritual practice than a health one because, well, I don't know. I can't even pretend to know what the reasons for fasting for such a length of time would be. I mean, I know that the body cleanses, but as far as I know, autophagy will happen within, 16 hours or something? I don't really know that, so don't quote me on that. I'm just kind of blowing it out of my ass, but, in perspective from like a couple of days versus 20 days or 40 days or 60 days, it takes a very small amount of time before the body starts, kind of getting to that point. I watched a pretty lengthy lecture where a guy was talking about somewhere in day 2, you've gotten rid of your glycogen reserves, and then you're going into your body fat stores. So technically that would have happened for me yesterday starting, because today is day 3. I watched a lot of videos. I'm kind of curious. It's like, what happens on day 3? So I did a search real quick on YouTube, and a bunch of people are just talking about them doing a 3-day fast. And I'm just like, oh shit, well they just stop at 3 days. They don't even keep going. I found one with a woman who went up to 7 days. I mean, unless I have any complications, I'm just going to go with 5, bare minimum. Because today's Friday, have a smaller day, I'll just be at home. I can dig around and do what I want to do without trying to expend too much energy, and even take an extra nap if I needed to. But I don't know if that's going to be necessary. I don't know. I don't really have any kind of energy deficit. I'm a pretty skinny guy too. So with I gotta be careful because there's police officers, and now it is officially illegal to fuck with your phone while driving. So maybe I'll keep my phone down here and down low. Okay, he's not giving a shit. Well, let's just skip to the meat and potatoes. Like, when I'm looking for a video, I want to find out, okay, like, what's the deal? What happens at 3 days? Well, for me personally, fucking nothing. I mean, I don't even know if what I've encountered was hunger. I mean, it just seems like, I don't know, like, the stomach will move around kind of, but it's not like you stay hungry. You'll maybe, like, have a little bit of a hunger for a minute, but once you've committed yourself to not eating, I'm pretty sure your body gets the idea. I'm pretty sure, like, there's got to be some connection between the brain and the stomach and the other organs of the body, where it's just like, if you're not going to be eating, that it probably prepares and starts adjusting ahead of time, Maybe it does differently than if you didn't anticipate it, or maybe it doesn't. I mean, I don't really know, but that's beside the point. I like to think of it as whenever you get a little bit of hunger and you don't have food in your stomach to, supply you energy for that hunger, then when the hunger goes away, you know that some of your fat storage is being eaten up. So, like, I got a little bit of fat on my ass, I guess, so I think it's funny because it's like every time I get hungry and then it goes away. By the way, that's not like full hunger, it's just like maybe a little flicker in the day. It's just like I'm eating my ass to survive. I mean, that's just a funny notion to me. But, all bullshit aside, when I woke up today, I don't know, I gotta also just gotta throw this out there. Like, some people, a fast is different. For me, I'm just going a very conservative route. I mean, I'm not eating any food, but that's not to say that there's 0 calories in everything that I'm taking in. So one could argue it's not a complete fast, but, we're talking about a negligible amount of calories that I'm actually taking in. We're talking about the calories you would take from supplements. and maybe some of the tea that you drink, because I'm just drinking water and tea right now. I'm sticking away from caffeine. I mean, I might accidentally get some from some teas. I haven't really figured it out on which tea does what, but I'm fairly confident that I'm not ingesting caffeine, or at least not any significant amount. I mean, and the only reason I say that is because even like your non-caffeinated products and stuff might still have traces of stuff. You know, I'm trying my best without being a pain in the ass to myself, because that's what it's all about, you know? You just have a goal, you see what happens, and then you just go with it. And it's just like, give yourself that luxury that if it gets too wild, then you just step back for a moment, go back. There's nothing wrong with quitting something. Well, I mean, something like this, you know? What do you have to prove? What do you have to really, like, show somebody? Like, oh, I can't give up my fast because I fucking steeled my resolve, and now I've got to finish my ordeal. Whatever. I mean, I'll just keep going. I mean, 20 days seems like a good point to stop for me. If I feel complications, I'll stop earlier. Maybe that by itself is enough reassurance where it's just like I can go further. You know, it's no stress. Now with attitude, how I feel is I feel like I almost need to, I need to speed up because this ass hat on the side of me fucking trying to pull a fast one on me. Alright, we're done with that. I don't know, I feel calmer. I don't really feel, if anything, I feel more neutral than anything. Like, I mean, I've been a pretty neutral guy, like, you know, borderlining a nice guy than a bad guy, that's for sure. But, you know, I don't really cry about the injustices of the world, or I don't really think in terms of how could people do this thing, or, you know, I don't get offended about anything. That's just the way it is. It's kind of like borderline apathy, but not quite, because I do have a will to live. I do have a will to, I want to say the will to do the best I can, but excluding, I want to do the best that I can at a respectable energy level. So if it takes like an obnoxious amount of energy to get a little bit of more results versus just doing the best I can at a minimal level of energy, and like the difference isn't really recognizable, I'll stick to that lower end, even though like I could technically do better. I think I'm getting better at balance and what, you know, making the decisions on maybe I don't need to work super hard and burn myself out for something. But that's been like for a little while, not necessarily just during this fast, but you know, now I feel like super just mellow. I don't know, maybe it's like the herbs I'm taking. You know, I'm taking a lot of supplements, and I'm putting Bragg's with my initial water in the morning, so it's 0 calories, but I'm not having to worry about the same mineral deficits that a lot of other people would if they're, you know, going through the stuff where they're encountering some serious issues. I don't know, I might end up with a dry fast a little bit later on, but maybe I'll ease off, just take no herbs. I don't know, we'll just kind of see how it goes. My goals for this overall fast, I mean, I wanted my skin to be more clean. It would be flaky and breaking out before for whatever reason, but now it's a lot cleaner. I mean, I got a little bit of something right here, but that's just like a flash for a second, and it'll go away. Yeah, it's like nothing. So, yeah, my skin's turning out better. I'm really curious, you know, the reason, curiosity killed the cat, right? So, I'm really curious to see what happens if I go 20 days, because, you know, like I said this before, it's not a vanity issue, but like my hair, I've lost the hair on top of my head for a while now, and I don't have a whole lot of reason to want to grow it back, except for, to me, it seems like not having hair on the top of your head might be an indication that you're deficient or toxic somewhere. So, especially knowing that like hereditary genes and stuff don't make a fucking damn for half of this shit. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll grow my hair back. Not that I care. I'll still shave it off because, you know, old Doodles likes it that way. But, yeah. So, well, I guess I'll just keep you posted as I go along. I didn't do one yesterday because I was just researching and I just didn't feel like making a video. So, big deal, right? Alright, take care.